Although the golden age of Hollywood ended over 50 years ago, some of the actors from this time period are still alive today. Not only are they still alive, some are still working in the industry. We've seen their work, but sometimes we forget that they were icons of Tinseltown. These actors are all legends in their own right, so let's check in on some of these Hollywood stars that you may not have realized are still alive today. Carol Baker, who had a small part in Easy to Love and did TV commercials for Winston cigarettes and Coca-Cola. Then Warner Brothers saw something in her and cast her in Giant, Baby Doll, The Carpetbaggers, and Harlow. Her role in Baby Doll was one that would come to be career-defining, and her association with both the film and character remained consistent throughout her career. In the 1990s, she showed up as a guest star on Murder, She Wrote, LA Law, Chicago Hope, and Roswell, and since then, she retired from acting in 2003 and is now 92 years old. Kim Novak is an actress known for her roles in Picnic, The Man with the Golden Arm, and Pal Joey. She is most well known for her performance in Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Vertigo, which is recognized as one of the greatest films ever made. Her other movies include Belle, Book, and Candle, Strangers When We Met, and Of Human Bondage. In the late 1980s, she played Kit Marlowe in the TV series Falcon Crest, and her last film was Liebestrom, in which she played a dying woman with a past. She retired in 1991 and has found long-lasting happiness outside of acting. Today, she is 91 years old and lives in Oregon with her husband on a ranch where they raise horses and llamas. Mamie Van Doren is an actress who was discovered by producer Howard Hughes when she was crowned Miss Palm Springs. He launched her career by placing her in several RKO films, like Jet Pilots and His Kind of Woman. She is also known for Teacher's Pet, Born Reckless, High School Confidential, The Navy vs. the Night Monsters, and Voyage to the Planet of Prehistoric Women. In 1987, she released Playing the Field, her autobiography, which brought her back into the spotlight after 25 years. She is now 93 years old and continues to act on occasion. Clint Eastwood's big screen breakthrough came as the man with no name in Sergio Leone's trilogy of spaghetti westerns, A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. In the 1970s, he had roles in Dirty Harry, High Plains Drifter, The Enforcer, and Escape from Alcatraz. He has continued to be in critically acclaimed movies like Unforgiven, The Bridges of Madison County, and $1 Million Baby. Many of these films he also directed. He is one of the few top Hollywood actors who have become a successful director, having directed over 30 films. He is now 93 years old and is still active in making movies. Tuesday Weld began acting as a child and progressed to mature roles in the late 1950s. She had roles in the movies Rock, Rock, Rock and Rally Round the Flag Boys. Over the next few years, she became Hollywood's queen of teens, playing mainly precocious sex kittens. Her wild private life added to the entertainment of her fans. In the 1970s and 80s, she was in the movies Play It As It Lays, Mr. Goodbar, The Winter of Our Discontent, and Once Upon a Time in America. She retired from acting in 2001 and is now 80 years old. Jeffrey Horn had roles in The Bridge on the River Kwai, The Strange One, The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, and The Green Hornet. In the 1980s, he was on the soap operas The Doctors and Another World. His last acting role was in 1999, when he played Sid in the Adam Sandler movie Big Daddy. Horn is now 90 years old. Claudia Cardinale made her debut in French films in the late 1950s and early 1960s. Then she rose to the front ranks of Italian cinema and became an international star in classics like 8½, The Pink Panther, The Professionals, and Once Upon a Time in the West. She met director Pasquale Squitteri, who would become her partner, and she was frequently featured in his films. More recently, she has been outspoken on women's rights causes, having been a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador since 2000. 2000. She lives in Paris and is now 85 years old. Ursula Andress got her breakthrough role as Bond girl Honey Ryder in the first James Bond film, Dr. No, in 1962. She has had many other roles in movies like Fun in Acapulco, The 10th Victim, Casino Royale, Red Sun, and Clash of the Titans. She retired from acting in the late 1990s, but continued making the rounds at charity events and popping up on foreign talk shows every now and then. She is now 87 years old and divides her time between family in Switzerland, friends in Virginia and Spain, and her homes in Rome and LA. Barbara Steele has been referred to as the queen of all scream queens. She starred in a string of Italian horror films, including Black Sunday, The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock, The Ghost, and Castle of Blood. In 1960, she made her American television debut in the series Adventures in Paradise. She was also in the films Flaming Star and 8 1/2. Her horror fans were delighted when she showed up again in 1991, this time on television in Dark Shadows, a revival of the beloved 1960s supernatural soap opera. In 2012, she appeared in The Butterfly Room, and later in the Ryan Gosling film Lost River. She is now 86 years old. Dick Van Dyke is an actor and comedian whose career has spanned over 7 decades. He was launched into stardom in the musical Bye Bye Birdie, and later in the movie based on that play. He also starred in The Dick Van Dyke Show from 1961 to 1966. He had roles in a number of films through the years, including Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Fitzwilly, as well as a number of successful television series like The Carol Burnett Show, The New Dick Van Dyke Show, Diagnosis Murder, and Murder 101. In 2023, at the age of 97, he was a contestant on the Season 9 premiere of The Masked Singer. He is now 98 and still remains very active. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and maybe even consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. If you enjoyed this video, consider watching this playlist. While you're at it, hit subscribe and share Recollection Road Entertainment with someone you know. As always, thank you so much for watching.